settled next to the Willamette River. Autzen Stadium is a jewel in the Pacific Northwest, and the flock of Ducks that call it home have made this one of the most challenging places for any team to come calling. Today, a pair of Pac-12 teams getting set to square off in a game that could have season-long implications. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the BYU Cougars, taking on the 11th ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Ducks will get us started with the opening kickoff. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So BYU's offense will get the first possession of the game. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
You just want to find a way to affect the QB, and the defense does a great job getting to the quarterback, hitting him as he throws the football. Not only does it make that throw bad, in the future now, the quarterback's taking a few hits and makes him a little bit more unsure of himself.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Pulls and throws off the RPO. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. BYU has this offense clicking. They'll give it to him again. At midfield, he's got room. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
Well, right away after picking up a first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back, and I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
With just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Beard. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
Defense there to stop him at the 20. Let's give him 3 yards on that carry. Here comes second down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. He's looking to throw. Skips away from pressure. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains.
Well, he does a really nice job buying time, and I love the awareness there, understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, and he's able to use his athleticism to get that first down.
They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. They'll run it up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. And they corral him at the 2-yard line.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Flushed out of the pocket. And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line.
That is how it's done. It's go time in the red zone. 3rd and goal. We need a sack, need a big play. That was a monster sack by the defense. Let's go.
This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down. So Oregon's offense has its first opportunity of the day. This is just a great matchup to watch on the outside, and who can win downfield in the passing game.
Man, this reminds me of 1997, Charles Woodson versus David Boston. 2 physical athletes that are going to be going toe-to-toe all game long.
Yeah, 2 alphas, 2 guys that play the positions where you have to have such confidence, quarterback, wide receiver. Let's see this throwdown.
You've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the football here.
This is the type of play that can give the offense momentum. 3rd and short from inside the 20. Just a short pass to the tight end. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the 1st down. And the Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. This time they'll go to the running game. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. It's not just the dual threat guy. You go back to Dan Fouts or Bill Musgrave or even Justin Herbert, and passers not in short supply for the Ducks.
And when you think about the Ducks, you always think about the fancy uniforms. I think that's one of the first things that come to mind, but the guys you just named, it's been built on flash, but it's also been built on substance. Great players in their tradition, in their history, and just like now, just the recent history, Bo Nix, another one of those guys that's put up big numbers.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Dances away. He's going to run it. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down.
I think to be a good 3rd down offense, guys, you've got to be able to run the football. You're going to come upon these 3rd and short situations multiple times throughout the course of the year, but you've got to be able to get push up front, and it helps when you have a talent like that to turn around and hand the football off to.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. They'll run it out of the shotgun. At the 40, there he goes. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Pulled down after a pickup of 5, but they knocked that defense back, and they've got it down to the 34. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Fires to the tight end. Finds a crease at the 20. They make the stop, but not before he wraps up this 1st period with a huge gain. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm as we start the second quarter. First down to start the drive after the break. Goes to the option. He'll pitch it. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon! They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out. They turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
On second down, he'll let it fly. Got it in the middle, it's Beard. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. On the run, fires downfield. It's caught downfield. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Crosses the 30. He's got away. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. Looking to pass inside the red zone. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming.
Man, and that's a big missed opportunity for the running back. I'm trying to find ways to feature this guy and get him the football in space and not just hand it to him all the time. And tell you what, I'm a lot less likely.
Touchdown, BYU! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here. And the sack all the way back at the 5. The Ducks will try to pin them back with the punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And that one will sail out of bounds. No chance for a return there. Looking for a productive play on first down. Defense backing up, trying to keep everything in front. He'll start this drive firing. Snagged in the middle. It's Beard. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. We now move inside 4 minutes to play here in the first half. From the gun, the running back has it. They get him stopped at the 30, but not before he gets 5 yards.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Caught over the middle. It's Beard. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. The Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Steps away. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. In that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Wow, did you see that hit by the linebacker? I mean, he came up with authority and bad intentions, forcing the tackle for loss. Man.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Cougars. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. The give to the tailback. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The Ducks trying to win the day by running for another first down.
Run the football. It's always been the staple. We can go back as far as you want with Oregon teams. The one thing they're good, they were built on the running of the football, the physicalness. Run the ball, baby.
The Ducks moving quickly to the line. When they've got him looking one, now to pass. He's got it. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. They'll go to the ground. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Now the play fake. He rifles one deep down the right side.
Well, the defender got his hand on that one, tipped it up in the air. Offense, man, they're lucky that one wasn't picked.
They couldn't connect on 2nd down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. They'll run the option. Now the pitch. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the first down on the play. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They'll snap it from the 30 on first down. He's going to pass. Catch in the middle. It's Banks. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. And the Ducks look to do some damage in the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. Unleashes to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Ducks!
Yeah, the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football. Trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen, calmer. Now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
They'll immediately call timeout. Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. He wants to throw. They're trying to get to it. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Now the offense has to overcome the negative play after the defense comes up with a sack. On second down, wants to throw it. Quickly out to the tight end. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that third down play. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Grabbed over the middle. It's Beard. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, a stirring start to things today in Eugene as we say hello from our broadcast studios. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen and panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Autzen Stadium.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and
Off he goes! Just trucks through it! Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Nice job getting outside, right? Those running backs, they get on those tracks, they run outside. Now they're in the open field. It's so tough. Those safeties are flying down, try to get an angle, but you can tell the speed sets him up, makes the big play out to the left.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. On the move at the 30. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you got a conversation. You got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. They'll run it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That linebacker saw the express lane right to the ball carrier.
And a great job by the defensive line, getting some push, making them use their resources on him. Linebacker comes free, boom, and making the backfield for a tackle for a loss.
And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. The holder will put it down on the right hash, a 33-yard try. Splits the uprights, it's good. And it's a deadlock here in the third quarter after the field goal. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Bowers. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. They'll give it to the back. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Finds the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Turns it loose deep. He'll fire back across his body, and it's intercepted. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph a pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Fires to the big fella. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The Ducks will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. He gets a block. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coach be afraid to throw it this drive.
6-yard pickup on first down. Leaves them with 2nd and 4. Wide receiver shows motion. Jet sweep to the receiver. Slips one guy, and now he's loose. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He'll pull it on the read. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand this, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options. He's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that something like that.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line, and it explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defense coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick its way to the end zone. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Well, you know if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long. He just finds his way into the end zone, and this is a golden opportunity to put 6 up on the board with that guy in your backfield.
Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, BYU! And that one will give them the lead. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it back looking for help. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Wants to pass it. That's the end of the quarter, and BYU is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. If they have any intention of getting this drive going, they better come up with something on 2nd and long from the 10. Throws into the middle of the field. He fires back across the field, and it's intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
I tell you what, it puts you in a tough position when you're backed up inside your own 20 trying to come out. But when you're a defense and you can force a turnover and you already set your offense up in scoring position, they are going to be extremely happy, and that offensive coordinator is going to look extremely smart.
Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Touchdown, Cougar! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. Kickoff team has the ball teed up, and they're about ready to go. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Quickly to the tight end. At the 45 on his way. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Extending the play. He'll turn it loose out to the right. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete.
Yeah, I think you know the situation as a defender, and you know you're up by a score, and you know exactly what's going on with the offense. They got to make some big plays here in the 4th quarter. Nice job playing the deep ball. Stick.
And they knocked him down almost immediately. The Ducks racing to the line in a hurry-up. Wide receiver coming across in motion. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He fires to the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a crushing blow at this point in the game. 1st down here for the offense. Looking to move it through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Nacua. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Quick completion to the right, and he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position, and here in the 4th quarter with the big lead, he's still taking shots.
They want that clock to run. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the 1st down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Right back to the well. Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
They're testing the right side here. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. No reason to do anything here except keep it on the ground on 2nd and 5. The run up the middle, looking for the score. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football. But when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to feed that animal the run.
They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. It is good. And that will extend their lead.